Hello, hello, hello. Let's get some Substance Painter going on here. How am I doing? Substance Painter software, Substance Painter 2018. What's up, everybody? How's it going? Super late stream here tonight, but hopefully it'll be worth it. I'll be streaming probably for at least a couple of hours here tonight. At least that's the goal. Man, do you guys see that? All that Steam pop-up stuff? Alright. Let's get into here. So the controller is what I was working on before. And I said last stream that I was probably going to go in and high poly model everything. And I realized that I think I have a bunch of alphas that might be able to work. So I think I'm going to do that first. Alright, first hold on. I'm just going to drink a little bit more water here, because I have a feeling I'll be talking a lot today. Hopefully the audio isn't too loud. And so yeah. So let's get going here. So we got a bunch of alphas. I had purchased a bunch of alphas a while back. I can't remember if I purchased it or if it was free off of someone's like Gumroad or something like that. I can't remember. But I think a few of these might work. So let me load up Pure Ref here. Let's do another. Let's go Dropbox here. Actually, first off, I'm going to show you guys something in Blender. I figured out how to fix something, and I'm going to do a tutorial video on it for my YouTube. What the hell was I doing? SNES. Complete brain fart here. Oh, Pure Ref. That's what I was doing. Pure Ref. Alright. So we're gonna get this line here, this circle, and we're gonna get this circle, and then maybe do an indent hole for these buttons. So that's kind of the goal here today. So I think this is a pretty good candidate to accomplish that, or this one even. So let's throw these into, let's throw both of these into here. Call these alphas, and then we're gonna put it into the project. The reason why I mean, you could put it into current session or shelf. For me, I prefer just putting it into the project, just because this way you don't get, my mistake before was I had it in shelf and then I just have so much alphas that it was hard to organize. So I'm just gonna do that for now. Okay, cool. So we got this now. We're gonna go. Okay, so first, before we do any of this stuff, I want to quickly show you something, and I might actually just clip this and then just put it into a highlight. Let me just write this down or type it out into my notes or something here, so that's easy for me to highlight this. So around the 6:30 mark. Sorry, so let's go around 7-minute mark. Highlight fixing normals in Blender. There you go. Okay, so let's load up Blender here. Okay, so Maya settings. Let's go here. Okay, so the previous day I was saying to you, I was telling everyone, like, my normals are messed up, right? Like, there's just something not right with my normals, right? Like, things are looking a little bit off and a little bit weird. Let me just open up. Let's go even further than that. Yeah, because like, this one looks really bad, right? So hold on, I'm just gonna, like, this one looks really, really bad, and I was like, I don't know how to fix this. I threw it into Maya, and I pressed unlock normals, and everything was beautiful. Everything was perfect, right? So I searched up online trying to figure out like how do I fix this problem, and so there's a few things that people suggested, so I'll show you some of those things right now. So you went into edit mode, select the faces, right, and then recalculate your normals. A lot of people said this should work. As you can see, that didn't do very much for me, right? Hold on, let me just select it all. Right, so recalculate didn't work. Flip direction did not work. Set for faces kind of worked, not really. And then I found out that if I like go into edit mode and I had selected certain faces, right, and then I went set faces, then that worked, right? Like it actually worked pretty decent. So here, so I'll show you. So this spot right here is kind of weird, right? So if I select it and I went set faces, like it would fix it pretty decently, right? And then, so that was one way for me to fix it. And then the other way was I went in, I got this, I was searching up weighted normals calculation, okay? I think I found this on like Blender Artist or something.org. So it's an add-on, right? I searched it up, got it, installed it, and so now when I select it in object mode, for Maya presets, you just go Control Spacebar for search. In regular Blender, it's just Spacebar for searching, and then I just went weight normals. I click it and look, beautiful, right? Everything looks good, right? I mean, this is again an error right here. This is why you're seeing weird shading. This is an error on my part, bad geo. So I've also gone in and I've fixed that as well. I've gone in, I've re-topologized that area to make it look a little bit nicer. I probably could just also remove that poly as well, right? But yeah, so I did that, cleaned it all up, everything looks good now. So yeah, so hopefully that helps you out for anyone who's trying to figure out how to unlock their normals or fix their normals in Blender. All right, so yeah, so I'm gonna clip that, put that into YouTube. It's about 7 minutes to about 10 minutes mark. So I'm just writing down some notes so I don't forget to do that for later on. All right, so the console, I'm gonna have to re-import the console. I don't think the UVs got messed up or anything, or at least I hope not. The UVs did get a little bit messed up, so I'm gonna have to unfold it a little bit nicer, which is gonna be a pain in the butt because that might screw up a bunch of things. But okay, so let's go. Forget the sharp. I just want to see the seams, faces. Let's go to shell here, and let's just unwrap this. Let's pin set clear selected vertices as anchored between. Okay, so what I can do here is let's go Control E. Nope. Control E, or let's, was it select bordered? Nope. Did that work? Select border, border select pinned. Nope. Let's see here. Who do I got here? I got. Thank you so much, Bangather, for the follow. Really appreciate it. Thank you. Okay. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you for the support. Really appreciate the support. I don't even know, does my stream goal thing update? Like, I don't even know if that updates automatically. I'll have to check that. I have no idea if that updates automatically or not. Okay, so if I select, okay, what if I turn this off, right? Let's go here. Hold on. Let's go faces, island. Let's go here. Like, I don't, okay, let's go island. Select that. Select border loops. Okay, yeah, so if I select a border loop, right, and then I see, I wish there was an easy way to do this in, whoa, like why is this broken here? Again, this is just me getting used to Blender, coming from Maya. Let me see here. So if I go select, I wish I could just select the borders for this island, right? Wish there was an easy... So it looks like this might be the easiest way. It's just select border. But as you can see, it's selecting a bunch of other things as well, and I don't want that. So let me just deselect these. What I want to do is I just want to... Okay, I guess I can't. It's just so odd that I can't. Okay, so let's just go select border thing, and let's go select, and let's pin it. UVs, pin it. Okay, and then I'm gonna unfold faces. What are my thoughts? Okay, give me 1 second. I'll give you my thoughts in a sec. After I unwrap this. Okay, there we go. Okay, so after doing that, that's actually pretty decent. That actually did a pretty decent job. Okay, good to know. Now, how do I know if something is still pinned? That's the thing, right? Like, how do I unpin it? Do I just click unpin? I don't know. You know what I mean? It's hard to tell, but okay. So my thoughts so far. I've been using Maya for 10 years. Okay, more than 10 years. So I'm so used to what other people call, everyone calls Maya clunky and old and outdated and all that stuff, right? So I'm used to that. So for me, it's not clunky. For me, it's not outdated. For me, it's what I know, right? So coming to Blender, right away, the movement for Blender was, it was like me learning ZBrush, right? Like, it was just so tough. Again, ZBrush, I've been using it for like 3 to 4 years now. I've gone used to how weird it is, right? Compared to Maya. For me, a 3D software, I'm so used to the movement in Maya that when I went to Blender, I couldn't do it. It was just so difficult. Thank goodness for Blender having Maya presets. So when I finally turned everything to Maya presets, my brain was able to function properly. So I was able to actually work in Blender. Overall, I think Blender is pretty good, okay? I still love Maya. If I had to pick Maya or Blender right now, and again, I've only been using Blender for a week, I would choose Maya, obviously, but I don't want to give my full review right away until I've used it for at least a month. But overall, I think Blender's actually pretty good. Okay, so let me just re-export this out now that the UVs are redone here. Obviously, it's quite different than Maya. Lots of tools are called differently, and just like kind of any software, right? Like, you just have to get used to it. But because of the Maya presets thing, I've gone used to it a lot quicker than I thought it would take. I thought it would take a little bit longer. The Ganther, are you originally, like, are you a Maya user or are you a Blender user? Okay, so that is redone. I'm just gonna quickly check on this right now, make sure that everything looks okay. Right, well, it makes sense that you would prefer Maya since it's what you know best, but yeah, learning hotkeys for programs is always hard. Yeah, exactly, dude, like always. Mainly Blender? Nice, dude. So, I mean, so yeah, so you won't have that problem. You're so used to Blender. So I guess my first question is, I'm assuming you're a professional artist, right? Like you're a professional 3D artist? Okay, so let me see here. So I have to re-import the mesh. This was a test mesh that I did there. I'm gonna re-import this one. Okay, so oh no, what happened here? Oh shoot. Hold on. I always forget that I need to rename this. Hold on. Let me discard this. Or let's open controller, discard. Mainly, no, it's as a hobby. I do IT for a job, but I want to do game development stuff. Cool, man, cool. So, IT stuff. Hey, man, I love my IT guys at EA. They're the ones that fix my computer. They're the ones that support me when something's wrong with my hardware. So, good on you. We love you, IT guys. All right, thumbs up. You do it as a hobby, dude. That's even like that's so awesome, you know, to see that people are interested in 3D. So that's awesome. And I'm assuming, I mean, was there a reason why you decided to choose Blender over something like Maya? All right, so let me just export this out again. Like, I don't understand why does this happen? Like, why is this back to Lambert? You know what I mean? Like, is there a reason why this gets changed every single time? If I go to UV editing and I go back to default, yeah, I don't get it. Like, why did it? Am I on the right file? Let me see here. Yeah, I'm in the right file, so that's weird. Okay, so let me just go here. Lambert, yeah, so this needs to be SNES controller. I'm just gonna save this. When I was first trying 3D stuff like 4-ish years ago, it was Blender or Pirate because of cost. They didn't have free student versions. That's so true, man. That's so true. I guess Maya and all the other 3D software only started to do student versions like a few years ago, right? So I see, yeah, so it makes sense. To try out Blender because it's free, right? You can't go wrong with free. Okay, so let's re-export this out now that I have this selected properly. Wow, I didn't even realize that the student versions you had to pay for it. That is crazy. Okay, so let's just go in. Let's go body. Oh my god, it's capitalization. Oh my jeez. Okay. Sorry, gotta redo this. I didn't realize how picky it is. So this has to be with a capital C. Export FBX. Let's do this one more time. I'm so sorry, everybody. And then I'm gonna save this here. And the goal is to do game stuff, so using those legally, I would have to put the commercial versions. Very true, man. So that is one major reason why I'm making that switch as well, is I love working on my personal stuff, and if I ever wanted to sell any of my stuff on like Turbo Squid or something, again, I would need to have a commercial version. Again, Maya LT is not bad, right? Like $40 a month or whatever it is, but if I can get used to Blender, why spend that money, right? So I feel you, man. I get you. Okay, so now let's redo this. Let's see if this works. Project. There we go. And now the normals are good. Nothing weird is happening. Perfect. That's what I like to see. All right. Sweet. Well, if it's your job, I can see paying that monthly. Yes, that's true. If it was, like if I was freelancing or something, right, then that makes sense. But, I mean, I'm not freelancing. All this stuff is for personal development, mostly. It's just keeping up with my art skills and doing stuff that I'm typically not doing at work to kind of make sure that my skills are up to date. Right, that's kind of the whole goal. Alright, so controller is what I wanted to work on. And then controller surprisingly has no problems with my normals. So, alright, so let's go to the brushes here. What was the brush shape? It was a project. Did that not save? I thought I had saved it. I don't see that anywhere. Where did I... Did I not save it? Maybe I didn't. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so I'm just gonna bring in these two. Alphas. Project. Okay. Can I save my project? Did I even save? I don't even know if that's saved or not. Yep, okay. That's my imported project. Here we go. Alright, cool. So let's something like this. Just learning was nice as well. Since Blender is free, there are a lot of free learning resources. That's so true, man. So true. Lots of learning resources for Blender. What am I doing? Okay, so hopefully this works. So what I need to do here is I'm going to create a brand new layer. I'm going to call this like height. And then we're going to set all the materials here, such as height and normal is what we need. I'm going to set this up here. Self-reminder, take a water and toilet break. Thank you so much, Nightbot, for that reminder. $25 minutes every single time just to remind me to go to the washroom. I'm gonna change that just a little bit. I feel like that needs to be changed. 25 I think is a little bit too often. Hold on. Sorry, I'm doing this live. I shouldn't be doing this live. That's my fault. Okay, so let's go reminder timers. Washroom break. It says every 30 minutes, so this is definitely not working the way that I want it to. Let's crank this up to 40 minutes, let's say. I just cranked it up to 40. But it doesn't even seem like it's working correctly, so. By the way, how did you find my channel? I'm pretty curious. Okay, so here we go. So here's my height. And then let's just go like this. Oh, oops. So it's height. Let's bump this up. Let's say 0.5. And then let's make this harder. I guess I can't make it harder. But yeah, if you have to pee every 25 minutes, you should probably see a doctor. Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah, I feel you. Okay, let me see. Yes, that's pretty tight. Nope, so it needs to be a little bit bigger. Maybe something like that, yeah. Let's go something like that. And I'm gonna have to make it a little bit tighter, obviously. See the reference photo here. So it's actually not too much of that. Let me see here. So it should only be like maybe 0.1. No, let's go 0.25. Should probably go see a doctor. I follow it and could tell you we're using Blender. Oh, I see. Nice, dude. Nice. Okay, that's good to know. I've always wondered like how big the community is on Twitch when it comes to Blender. Okay, so that looks pretty decent. So what I'm noticing right now is this is way too long. So I think it's probably better if I go something like that. Yeah, that's definitely a lot better. Okay, so if I go something like that, something like this, there we go. So something like that, and then I can always define it a little bit more later. Yeah, I can always define that a little bit later. Drawing, painting, and music are more popular than game dev and 3D. That's very, very, very true. Yeah, so I'm gonna go in. I'll redefine those and make those nicer in a sec here. Let's go with brushes. Let's go brush hard, and then this one. Let's go 0.1. So I might actually have to do this, and then let's make this no. So that's super hard. Okay, let me just try and line this up here. Right click, horizontal. Okay, so let me just go like that. Let's go like this. Horizontal. Okay, so if I go like that, and if I just go and then let's go negative 0.1. No, that's still too big. This is Substance Painter. Let me see timestamps here. Okay, so we got something like that going on. Okay, and then we're gonna go back and punch these in. No. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be 0.25. Gonna bump those up. There. Okay. All right. So we got a few of those in there. So let me just look at the reference here. Okay, if I really want this to look decent, I'm gonna need to do a little bit more detailing on it, obviously. So I'll definitely do that a bit later here. So there's like little triangles as well. Let me see if I have any triangle alphas as well. So there's these ones. They could work. I could make that work. These ones could work. I can be very precise with this as well. So if I could just go like 0. And then I can just zoom in here. And again, I'm starting to detail these textures a little bit more. So let me just go here. This is the height field. So I want to go. This is indented, so I'm gonna go negative 0.25. And let's just indent this. Let's go 90. Right. Let's go 180. Right. And then let's go 270. Okay, cool. So we got kind of that going on, and then I'm just gonna use the brush. Where's my brushes? I'm just gonna go to like hard here, bring this down a little bit, and I'm just gonna zoom in, kind of get this to look a little bit nicer, look a little bit more like what it actually should be. Right. Now I just noticed that. Okay, I see what's going on here. Okay, I'm not digging this. This is probably gonna be better. This is this full triangle here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm actually just gonna erase this. I found a better brush, so I'm just gonna use the better brush. I'm actually also gonna try and use my tablet, my Wacom tablet here. See if I can make this a little bit more precise. Actually, just the regular clicking should be okay. It's when I'm doing the more painting stuff might be nice. So let's see here. So let's go. So we got this. This is definitely going to work a little bit better. Let's make sure that the height is set properly to what I want it to be. 0.25. There we go. The angle. Let's go 90. But yeah, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me questions. Be more than happy to answer you. What tends to happen is when I've been streaming for a little bit, I'll start to feel a little bit of fatigue, and then I might just not talk as much, and then you'll start to listen to more music, and then I'll save a lot of my energy for when there is questions. That way I'll be a little bit more focused on the stream. Hopefully the music isn't too loud and my mic volume is good. I haven't heard anyone complaining, so I'm assuming that's okay. Okay. So this is where I might have to go in, and it's just easier to get like painting. So here I'm using my tablet pen, just because it's a little bit more precise. I'm looking at the reference as well on the side here. I feel like this is there we go. Once I get like the borders in, then it's easy for me just to go in and paint it. Yeah, I'm really curious to see how many people on Twitch and ArtStation and stuff like that, like depending on what software you're using is what drives your viewers. Very, very curious. Like if I was using Maya, for example, would I be getting more viewers compared to if I was using Blender? Or is that irrelevant? Like, because I mean, I guess I can just ask myself that question. If I see someone using 3D Studio Max, for example, would I be watching them? Versus someone who's using Maya and Blender. If someone's using Maya and Blender, yeah, I guess it does matter, but I guess it does make a difference. All right. There we go. Cool. Yeah, the program you use brings in the viewers because that's most likely what they searched for. That's a good point. That's a really, really good point. So I guess Zom 2, did you see, like, were you searching for Substance Painter or Blender? And that's how you found my stream? I'm curious. Okay, so we got that going on. Let's just quickly save this so that I don't lose my progress here. All right, so we got the... Oh, sorry. There's still one more little detail here that I didn't even realize. It's like a little circle here. Again, it's pressure sensitive. That might be too big. Just gonna go a little bit smaller. Something like that. There we go. Cool. I searched for Blender. Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just in Blender. So I guess this is my question to you, Zom, too. You came here expecting Blender, right? So I was in Blender for like a quick little bit to show something that I had learned in Blender. What kept you staying here, right? Because if you searched up Blender, and obviously now I'm not in Blender, right? So like, what compelled you to stay to watch my stream, even though now I'm not using Blender, and I'm in a different program? Okay, so this is now, but I think this was just 0.1 or something I had set to. What I do need to do is this is supposed to be like a gray, right? So I'm gonna, so let's do a smart material. Sorry, smart material. So this is a gray. I'm gonna let all this stuff load. It's taking its time right now. There we go. So plastic glossy, I guess I'll use. Plastic dirty. Let's try plastic dirty and see how this is gonna look. So plastic dirty. No, let's not do that. Just go plastic glossy for now, and then we'll adjust the glossiness of everything in a sec. I'm gonna go to add black mask, go to paint, and then we're gonna paint with the brush here. We're gonna paint hard. Right, so we're gonna paint hard. Okay, this is pen sensitive, so let's go. And then horizontal, no. It's pretty close. Something like that, maybe. Yeah, that's a lot closer. So now that I know what that looks like, I'm going to take the plastic and I'm gonna change the base color. I'm just gonna change it to the gray that I have here in my reference, and then I'm also going to go to selection here, and we're gonna paint the black on I'm just gonna, and then I need to paint out this part as well, so I'm gonna go in with a fine brush. Oh, it's not fine at all. Okay, so we need to, this needs to be painted a different color, so I'm just gonna go and paint this in. All right, let's see here. Yeah, I'm into 3D overall, so as long as it relates, it will keep my interest, see if I can learn something new. For example, right now I just discovered Substance Painter because of you, and I'll probably use it for texturing. Awesome, man. Yeah, I guess my question for you is, are you a professional artist? And where are you from? Because I mean, right now for me it's like super late. It's like 12:20 right now, my time. I'm more of a learning type of person. I love discovering new stuff. No, I'm not. I just create what my mind sees with no intent. That's awesome, dude, man. That's awesome. So you're more of this is more of like a hobby for you. It's always so interesting for me, you know, to see to see what like that's now 2 people in chat that do this as a hobby. 3:22 where I'm at. Oh man, dude, I'm complaining about being up late. Jeez. Okay, so for me, I'm spending maybe a little bit too much time on this. I need to just like, I just need to quickly paint this in, because these aren't even the final, this isn't even the final. This isn't even the final spots yet. Like this, obviously this normal right here is completely off. Like that's not correct. Like I'm gonna have to fix that. So I'm spending a little bit too much time on this. I should just be quickly filling this stuff in and then do the nitty gritty stuff later. So there we go. So it's starting to look a lot more like a controller. I'm gonna save that quickly here. Everything looks good. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed the stream, I'm sure Nightbot's gonna pop up pretty soon here, letting you guys know to help support the stream. Just follow. Just press the follow button. Greatly appreciate it, especially if you guys find any of the stuff useful. If not, it's cool too. I mean, it doesn't matter to me, right? But if you do find it useful, that would help out a lot. Did I go to school to learn? Yes, I did. I went to the Arts Institute of Burnaby at the time. It is now called LaSalle College, or the Arts Institute of Vancouver. But yeah, I went to school there. I'll be honest with you though, like nowadays, there's so many online resources compared to when I went to school to learn this stuff. I personally don't know if I would if I would go to school to do it. I would probably just do it all online now. But the one thing that I think, the one big thing that I got from school that I know I can't get easily from online learning is networking, right? Being in the same room with a bunch of people like myself every single week, every single day, with instructors who are in the industry, like that type of networking, like it's hard to get that with online learning. I'm not saying that it's impossible, right? I'm not saying that that doesn't exist on online, but it's just a lot easier. And plus, I had an instructor that gave us like a tour of the studio and stuff like that. Like that's the kind of stuff that that's really hard to do online. Okay, so I'm just gonna define this a little bit more. So I'm just go to the height here. I'm pretty sure this was 0.25, I think. I think it is. So let me just quickly. So I'm just kind of going to the nitty gritty right now, getting this to where I want it to. Okay. Just go to hardness, put this hardness up. Oh shoot, okay, hold on. I have to remember, I think that is 0.1. So I'm just gonna, nope. .25. Trying to figure out what this height is. The resources have always been there, you just didn't know at the time. You're right, but networking can be done around the city. A lot of people are searching for each other and willing to work together. Yeah, that's very, very true. It's very, very true. it's not non-existent. It's just so much easier to have access to a professional when your instructor is a professional in the industry. That's all. The certification and the discipline is what I think is valuable after going to school. That's very true as well. Just having, like, for me, for example, I have a diploma, and just having that diploma means that I stuck with what I did, and I went through training for a year and a half or 2 years, however long your program is. So there is some value to it for sure. Oh boy, how do I need to figure out, because if I go like this, okay, let's go with the soft brush. How about that? Let's go with the soft brush and let's just soften this up a little bit. Okay, so that's definitely not pretty. Now, am I just overthinking this as well? Because are people even going to see this? No one's going to zoom into it. So maybe I'm overthinking this. Because people are going to see it like at this range here. It's still not perfect. Like, this circle is really nice, this one isn't. So I think people will notice it. So I think it is worth going in and making it look good here. So let's go back to height here. Let's height. What's going on? Height. Pretty sure this is 0.25. Right? Yeah. Right. There we go. You're not overthinking. If you get it right, you found the solution. Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right. Now, as for this, I'm noticing that the roughness on this needs to be way more. That's what I'm going to do. There we go. I also feel like I need to make this really dark as well. Kind of give that illusion. So we'll deal with that in a bit. Now, as for this height here, let's paint this. Let's paint where I think I need it, right? So right now, I feel like, let's go X here, turn it back on. Let's figure out So something like that. Okay. So now I just need to go back to my back to height. And then let's go negative 0.1. Yeah, so this is negative 0.1. And just kind of outline it nicely here. Alright, Zom2, thank you so much for coming out and hanging out with me. You have a good night, man. Chill out. I wish there was like an eyedropper or something that I can just like pick this and like, what is this height? I want this height right here. Right, that'd be really, really cool, but that's not gonna happen. So it's wishful thinking. Trying to think here, like, what is this height then? Do I just go 0? Because I don't think it's 0. That doesn't seem right. Right. What happens if I go 1? Nope. What happens if I go 0.5? Nope. 0.1? Nope. 0.05? Nope. Negative 0.1? Negative 0.1, that's what it is. Okay. So what's that? So negative 0.05? Negative 0.075? There we go. Okay, so that's getting pretty close. I feel like there's a lazy mouse in Substance Painter, right? Like, am I crazy? There's gotta be a lazy mouse or something. I feel like there should be a lazy mouse, but I could be wrong. Let's go 0.06? No. 0.05. Nope. .005. Okay, so now I gotta go in, softly delete this. Let's go opacity. Let's bring this down a little bit here, just to kind of ease it in. let's not do that then. Okay, so let's go like that. Again, I really wish that they had like a picker to pick what that height is. I want to know what that height is. 0.5? No, it's too much. 0.1? Is it negative 0.1? Negative 0.1, that's what it is. So negative 0.75, right? It's too much. 5. So that's pretty good. Let's go 0.6. Let's try to get it as close as possible. No. 0.4. I wish there was an easier way to do this. 0.8. No. I guess next time the smartest thing to do is do different layers for different height fields, right? Which is probably a lot smarter to do. So next time I'm definitely going to do that. So negative, I guess, let's say 7.5. Let's try that. And then this. Okay, for now I'm just gonna leave it. It's taking up way too much time, and I don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference here. So, okay, so we're just gonna leave it at that for now. So this is random heights, which is not good, but whatever. I think I'll live with that for now. That chord is definitely not in the middle, so we're definitely have to fix that as well. But okay, let's go to height here, and we'll figure the height in a sec. Let's add a mask, add paint. This is just height, so let's go maybe negative 0.5. So call this negative 0.0. So this is how I should be doing it. Oh, I see. Okay, this is what I have to do. Hold on. Delete. Add fill. This is going to be just height. Right? .5. Right? And then I'm just going to go Add black mask. There we go. Yep. So this is gonna be soft. Not too soft. You still want it to be a little bit harder. So I'm just gonna make this a little bit harder here. So it's gonna be just gonna there we go. That might be a little bit too much, so hold on. I'm gonna harden this up just a little bit more. And I might have to make this a little bit smaller too. There. Something like that. There we go. Sweet. That actually looks pretty decent. Save that. So this is negative. Hold on here. So this is -5. So I'm just gonna call this negative 0.5 height. All right. So that's how I should be doing little height maps and stuff like that. Right, in this way, now when I go back into here, I just go back to here, and then I can just, I should be adding a paint layer, honestly. So that way I can just go in and paint things. But if I go something like this, so like that, so like that, so this, go a little bit further out. Right, and then if I just go X, and I can just kind of round these off a little bit. Like that. Right, and then I can just go back and just kind of redefine some of this stuff, right? Right, like that's just adding a little bit more detail. Hopefully that looks decent. Just kind of giving it that little fake. You just go back in and just refine it just a tad bit. There you go. And even for this one, I can go in and do that. Just clean it up just a little bit. There you go. Cool. And it kind of gives it that fake look to it, which is nice. I might just redo this part now that I've figured this out now. Might be worth it for me to just kind of go in and just redo this whole thing. And sometimes that's how it is, right? Sometimes when you're learning and you're trying to get good at something, it takes time to realize some of your mistakes and stuff like that. So I might just go in and actually just nuke all this work that I've done here. because now that I have a better idea of how this is supposed to work, because I feel like this is point. Yeah, so I think that's what we're doing. We're just gonna go like this. Just gonna delete all this stuff. Just gonna redo it. So 0.5. So let's see what 0.5 is. Like I said, now that I've gotten the hang of this, this is gonna go a lot faster as well. Oops, sorry. Just gonna go like this. Just gonna go like that. $12:30. I got a reminder 12:30 to take a water break, so I'm gonna quickly do that after I finish these arrows here, because I completely forgot to take a water break. And this is normal. This is what happens when you get so focused on this kind of stuff. Brushes, soft. Let's soften this up a little bit. Sorry, no, that's a little bit too soft. I think right click to harden it up just a little bit. Make this a lot smaller. It's softer than that, I believe. So we're just gonna something like that, maybe. Yeah, we'll do something like that. 0.5 might be a little bit too harsh for this. So what I can do is I can create a new layer. Again, go height only, and we can control this and be like 0.25 instead, or negative 0.25, like that. Go add black, add paint layer, and for this one I can just go black, just erase all this, go 0.5 instead. Right, just go here, go something like that. Yeah, okay, yep, I like that. 0.25 is a lot better for this one, so I'm gonna do that. Brushes, go back to alphas, go back to this one. So this is negative 0.25, 0, and let's go height. What I really like about doing this is I get to practice stuff here. Which really helps me for work as well, right? Oh, shoot, there we go. X, soft, bring this down. We're going to make this a little bit tighter, make this a little bit smaller. There we go. And then we're going to make this a lot harder. Oops, sorry. Whoa, what was that? No, 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 no. I don't want this. No, I don't want this. Stop it. What's going on here? Don't want grayscale at all. Just want brush. What happened here? Just wait. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go in. I'm just gonna paint this stuff out. Paint that. Right, I'm just gonna do the same here. There we go. There we go. Alright, so I'm just gonna quickly go get some water, because I know my Nightbot's gonna start bugging me again. So, yeah, BRB, just gonna get some water. Alright. I'm back. Good stretch. Needed that. Alright, let's see here. So let's go. Let's point. Okay, now I'm curious. Let me see here. If I go like this, this is negative, right? So let's go. What's this one? Yeah, I don't think this one even has anything in it. Or if I just delete this right now, right? If I just delete this, yeah, nothing happens. Okay, so let's go back here. This one has a height field. Let's go. Let's get rid of all this stuff. Let's go. Let's go 0.1. Right. Yeah, so 0.1. So or 0.1 height. And let's just go and let's just punch that in. Okay, so actually let's go here first. So let's go 0.25 first. Right? Let's go 27. Let's go 27.5. 27.5. Okay. And then add black mask, add paint. So let's go. So this is 0.1, 27. So let's go 20. So let's go 27 here. So I don't know if that even did anything. Trying to figure out why this isn't working. Maybe it is working. Okay, what happens if I bump this up to higher? Okay, so it is working. Okay, so let me just kill this. Let's just redo this. I'm gonna add fill. I'm gonna kill the height and everything. We're gonna call this 0.1. So 0.1 height. Add black. Add paint. Okay, there we go. So there was just something going on. This needs to be 27, I think I said. So 27. Okay, there we go. Cool. That's 0.1. So, I mean, I can bump this up to more if I really want to. So what I can do is I can bump this up to maybe 0.25. Or what I could do here is I can okay. Alright, so let's now start doing some of the controllers and stuff like that. Now, what does it say at the top? I feel like as a kid, I remember seeing it saying like L and... Am I just crazy? I feel like I remembered it's had like an L and R for the bumpers. Let's just quickly take a look here. SNES controller top view, maybe. I feel like, I mean, I could be crazy and I could be wrong. Yeah, they do. Okay, L and R. I thought so. Okay, I need to make sure I save this image here for reference. SNES controller top view, I guess I'll call it top view-ish. It's not really top view, but you get my point. I'm gonna throw that into my pure ref, so it's good to have it in my pure ref. Reference that. Nice. Okay, perfect. Okay, so now so it's a select and start. I'm gonna go to Photoshop here. Let me just load up my Photoshop. So there's a few things that we gotta do. So we got to. So we've already made a label. So it's cartridge console text. I think this is it. Okay, yeah, so I can definitely add to this. So there's a select and start button. So I'm gonna go, I'm gonna duplicate the off button, and I'm just gonna go and make this say select, right? And then I'm gonna duplicate it again. I'm just gonna make this start. All right, we're just gonna move these out, give it some more room here. Give it some more, oh shoot, give it some more room here. Maybe move this reset button, go to select, power, start, eject. We're just gonna go like that. And then there's so this one, the L and the R is a little bit different, so I'm going to duplicate these. Okay, so obviously so let's go with the L. So this looks like it's just Arial L. Let's go R. That's kind of what it looks like. It's pretty close. So that's what we're going to use. And then there's no power button, so I'm just going to remove the power button. I swear to God, I just heard the song. Did I not just hear the song? I feel like I just heard the song. Oh no, it's just... No, never mind. I'm just tripping out. Okay, so that's LR. Hold on, sorry, I'm just looking at my reference here. So I need to... Let's see, how does that look like? Is it italic? It is italic. Okay, so let's go to... Hold on. Okay, so let's go... So power... No, so power... Where's power? So power is going to have, let's say, the X button, which is... So this needs to be... Is this narrow? This is narrow, apparently. It needs to be even more narrow. Okay, well for now, we'll leave it how it is. I feel like it needs to be even more narrow, unfortunately, but we'll deal with what we have. This is going to be the Y button. I can always squish it in as well a little bit. Like I can take this and I can just squeeze it in, make it look more like what it should be. I'm sorry. Oop, cancel. Make it a little bit more narrow. The reset, there's no reset button. So we're gonna call this A. The A also is a little bit squished, so we're going to squish it in just a little bit here. Okay, and then we have the B button, not the eject button. Okay, so we're just, again, I'm just making the texture decal sheet here. There, something like that. Okay. On and off. There's no on and off in the controller. Now we need the Super Nintendo Entertainment System logo. So I'm just gonna go to hold on, let me just quickly save this here. And this is save as, we're gonna call this controller text 01 for now. There we go. So let's go Super Nintendo Entertainment System logo. There we go. Okay. Let me just check. Where's my reference? Yeah, so this one's almost exactly what we need here. Okay. Where did I put this stuff? Yeah, I just put it into reference, so let's put it into reference for now. Okay, and then let's go here. Okay, so I'm gonna take this, and then we're gonna get rid of this Nintendo one. Right, gotta lower this down here. Just gonna be something like that. Okay, something like that, and then we're going to just bring the saturation down, crank that up. There we go. That should be good. Okay, so now let's save this. I think that's all the button stuff. We got select, start, X, Y, B, A, L, R. What does the back of the controller look like? So it's got this Nintendo model thing in the back. I don't think I'm gonna worry about that, just because again we're never gonna see the bottom of it. So yeah, so we're just gonna leave all this. We're gonna save this as a PNG. We're gonna call this controller text. There we go. We're gonna go back to Substance Painter, and we're going to Substance Painter. Let's go to textures. No, Painter, and then we have this here. We're just gonna throw it into here. What is alpha? I think it's alpha. Alpha? Is that an alpha? Or is it texture? I think it's an alpha. Let's go project and let's import it. Okay. So now... Alright, so now let's go... And let's paint some of this stuff in, right? Okay. So let's see here. So I feel like it's the same color as... Whoa, what's going on here? It's the same color as... It's this one. Whoa, what's going on here? Oh, I didn't do that part yet. I'll have to go back and do that. But for now, let's go and do the text, right? So let's create a brand new material here. Let's go plastic mat, let's say. All right, plastic mat, and let's go text. Let's go, so let's see here. So we need roughness, no normal map, color, perfect. Add black mask, paint. Cool. Okay, so now what we can do is we can go project or stencil. Here, let's go stencil, project, stencil. Right, and then an S for stenciling. Alright, so let's see here. So this is definitely going to be somewhere around that, I think. I think it might need to be a little bit larger, like that. Move that along. Yeah, so I think that's gonna be pretty good. So let's go in and let's paint this. Sweet. Cool. There we go. And then let's go and select button. And let's just oh shoot. Select and then start. There we go. So I'm going to say gray text. Cool. And then now we need to go spin this around. Oh. Okay, and then now we need to go. Oh man, this is trippy. I'm looking at it the other way, so I'm getting it confused. Wait, what happened to my reference? Did my reference not save? That's weird. Reference. I thought I put it in here, but. So that's right. So that's the right one. Okay. So this one needs to be. Right one, and then we need to left one. Okay. Cool. So now we have all those. And then now we just need to change the color. All right. Let's take a look at everything, make sure everything looks good. Up to what I expect. Looking at some more references. So this is actually a little bit off. So I'm going to fix this here. So hold on. So I'm just going to go to brushes. I'm just noticing this right now. So just give me 1 second. We're going to remove the stencil. We're going to... Sorry, this here. Okay, I need to fix that as well. But yeah, so stencil, we need a stencil. Project stencil. Okay. So it's more to that side. So it's more like that. I'm looking at a more straight up, straight on photo right now, and it's actually up a little bit higher too, so I'm gonna put it up like there, and let's bring this down. Oh shoot. Yeah, so that looks more like what it actually is. Cool. Okay. So we're going to forget the stencil. Oops, sorry. Oh no, what am I doing? Control Y to undo. I still need to go back and stencil and stencil, hold on here, stencil this one, because this one is a little bit, it's a little bit low. So we're gonna go back and we're going to redo it. It needs to be a little bit higher. Yeah, it just needs to be a bit higher, so it needs to be like that. So I'm just going to so I'm just gonna turn on my brush here. I'm just going to, there we go. And I'm just going to turn this one off as well. Let's go to the project, stencil, just like that. There we go. Okay. So that's a little bit better. Let's save this quickly. And then we're going to change this color to this color. Alright. What we can do is actually make it a little bit darker too. There we go. There we go. Awesome. It's looking pretty good. Starting to come along. All right. So now, just gonna quickly save that. So that's gray text. We're gonna do white text. So let's go. Let's just duplicate this one for now. We'll go white text, and then we're just gonna delete all this. We're gonna add black mask, add paint, and then from here we're gonna do the stenciling again. And then this is white text, so we're gonna go change this. We're gonna change that. Paint. And then we're gonna. So this is down here. So we got Y. We're gonna go X up here. X. B. And then A. Okay, there we go. Hold on, let me just check my reference here. So I feel like it's actually bigger. So yeah, it definitely feels like it would be a lot bigger. So I'm gonna go and I'm going to Yeah, like it feels like, yeah, it definitely feels like that would be the better, that'd be the more appropriate size for it. So we're gonna go like that. I feel like even that feels like it could be like this size. Yeah, that feels a lot more like what the reference looks like. X, B, and then A. There. So the X doesn't feel like it's stationed, or not stationed. It doesn't feel like it's in the right place. So hold on here. So I'm just going to, okay, put this back over here. There. Okay. Saving everything. Okay, now I just need to do now I just need to do the height map stuff inside here. So let's go and do that. So this is 0.1. Let's go point. So save all this stuff. Let's add another layer here. Let's go 0.25, 0.25 height. And let's add black mask. Add paint. And then let's hold on. Let's go here. Point 0.25. So confused. Why is this not working? Is this not a fill layer? Is this a, oh, that's why. I keep forgetting. It has to be a fill layer. Like that. 0.25. 0.25. Height. Add mask. Add paint. Let's go like that. Go like that. Yeah, it's not too bad. Let's go like that. The hell is this? I was like, what the hell's going on here? There we go. Alright. Oh, that's looking pretty good at this point. Alright, that's looking... Alright. So that's looking pretty decent. It's looking pretty decent. Let's export this out. Let's see how it looks like in Marmoset. Sorry if I was a little bit focused there. I don't see anything going on in chat right now, and I'm trying to save my energy on just trying to make sure I crank this out. Let's take a look. How's it look? Not too bad. Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay. Alright, I might have to take some renders and stuff like that later on, just to kind of get this, because this is looking pretty cool. Let's see how it looks like. So that doesn't have anything to do with it. Nothing to do with that. Control over there. This is a good shot though. I might have to take a main shot here and just kind of take a picture of how this is looking. I might have to do that just for this screenshot or whatever for the thumbnails. Might have to do that. I'm gonna do that right now. F10. Take a picture of this. This looks pretty cool. My stomach's like growling. Sweet. Alright. Let's see here. So yeah, so I still gotta figure out what I want to do. Hold on. Is this... Yeah, this is with the fixed normals or whatever on it. Little details like that. It's pretty cool. Essentially, the cartridge is the next thing that's kind of the last thing that needs to get done. I mean, I still, again, I need to like go into with fine details for all of this stuff, but majority of it is actually coming along really nicely. Try to see here. Take some screenshots here. Cool. Okay. Marmoset, Substance Painter. Obviously, again, I need to kind of tweak this because this is not looking the way that I want it to. The little chord thing. I'm looking at references and stuff, and I'm just like, that's definitely not up to the quality that I want it to be. So I'm gonna have to take a look at some of that. Might have to take some more better references, I think, for it. But like I noticed that there's like a little, like it has a little kind of thing like this kind of going on it. So actually I could probably just do that right now. Zoom in on this here. So yeah, so this is point, so it needs a 0.5, so I'm gonna go maybe to here. 0.5. Let's just try it. It's a lot softer, so let's go with the brush that's a lot softer here. And then let's just go for something like, let's go hardness. Let's go like 0.5 or something. Let's go 0.75. Let's go 0.5. And it's like over here somewhere. No, it's a little bit smaller than that. Let's go here. I want to make sure this is orthographic. Okay, yeah. And then is that indented or is that... Let me just search this up here. SNES controller plug. It's just a plug there. Something like that. Okay, yeah. So it depends. It depends on. So even something like that is already. Let's take a look at that image again. Yeah, that should be okay. Cool. So let's go save this. Let's Control Shift E, I think, is to export it out. Export marmoset. There we go. Cool. I think the reason why this is lagging is probably because I feel like I have my render settings on. Enable GI. That's what was making it lag a little bit. Let's show this camera here. Let's go safe frame. Let's go F10. Cool. Get rid of safe frame. Save that. All right. Well, I think that's gonna be it for me tonight. Thank you so much for everyone who came out and hung out with me tonight. Really appreciate it. Thank you for all the follows and such. Hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll see you guys all again next time. All right. Peace out.